What's good, y'all? This is another RMP conversation.
I hope you guys saw the last video.
Yeah. Well,
I'll do my best.
it's not coming out.
It is.
But this conversation is, I feel like this is a good one. I feel like people don't talk about this. But we all know the kind of like the father of the superhero TV show, which is Smallville. Smallville was before Arrow. Yeah. It was before Flash. It was before Legends.
I thought you were going to say Twitches.
Yeah, Twitches was also an OG, but it wasn't in the
part of that, no.
Yeah, but Smallville is the parent to all those shows.
Yeah, that's
Smallville
a fact.
Never got like 10 seasons or 11 seasons, however many.
It did?
Smallville had a lot of seasons.
I thought it felt like I know I'm wrong. It felt like Smallville was on for a long time.
Yeah, no,
it really wasn't for real.
Well, it's every year is a season, so it was on for 10 years, a decade.
It was on for 10 years?
Yeah, 10 seasons, 2001, and it ended.
It came out in 2001?
Yep, and it ended 2011.
My timeline is all fucked up.
Yeah, it was for TV, especially TV back then, every season was a year.
Right. So no, I'm saying what I thought Smallville came out in like 2006 or something.
No, 2001.
Damn.
It was on in 2006.
It was on,
and it was thriving in 2006, season 6 in 2006.
Yeah. I thought that shit came out.
5.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
That just fucked me up. We're old.
Yep, 100%.
So, yeah, I don't know if you asked the question yet or not, but I guess the question is, if you see the title of the video, could a Smallville-esque show work today?
And then for what hero?
I guess we'll
get the first part out the way.
Okay.
Do you think a Smallville-esque coming-of-age superhero story could work today?
Yeah, I mean...
Show, not a movie, a show.
What's shorty name? Stargirl, was it? They clipped her.
But they clipped it.
Yeah, they clipped it, but Stargirl was amazing, and that's not even like personal opinion.
No, it was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
They clipped it. So it's
they clipped it because they were done with all of it. So they clipped everything.
If it was doing well, like really well, they wouldn't have clipped it.
It wasn't doing really well. Most people was watching it on streaming services. I think that was the problem with no one was tuning in to catch Stargirl.
Yeah.
But when it came on HBO Max or whatever, everybody was watching it.
But that's the age we're in now, is the streaming service.
But that's not what they set her up for, and I think that's what hold her.
I could see that.
If she would have came out on streaming services, I think she would have had a better shot. But
I think because of the superhero fatigue that I feel like a lot of
people that hold her
getting,
too?
I think that hold Stargirl, but I also think that it was gonna hold like a Smallville-esque show. Like Smallville ran for so long because it was something that people hadn't seen before. Like just the idea of seeing the true origins of Superman. So it was Clark Kent learning that he had abilities, and it didn't fast forward to him now at the Daily Planet.
Yeah, no.
Now working.
It was him in high school. Yeah,
it was him learning about who he is as a person, being an alien, all the stuff around it, all the weird stuff happening in Smallville, especially because with at least how they did it, the meteor storm that also brought him to Earth also dropped pieces of kryptonite and kryptonite related items onto Earth, thus infecting people, animals, the environment. And changing fundamentally how they work. So people were getting abilities. There was like giant plant there was a lot of shit. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that came with it because in essence, once you're in the fantastical world, I feel like that stuff would happen. Like you don't just get a baby from the sky and there's no
and nothing else happens. Yeah,
and then the idea of learning about each of his powers as they were coming in. So like he was strong, he was fast, but like the other stuff. So like being able to
like
see
the laser eyes,
X-ray vision, super hearing, like all that stuff,
ice breath,
kind of coming in was like it was interesting, especially because we were already seeing it from the perspective that he had already had these abilities to some extent, and it was just always hide that you can do this, but we never told you why you could do this. He just thought maybe he was just a weird kid.
Right, he didn't realize. Right, yeah. They did Nick Super. I keep saying Supergirl. They did also Nick Supergirl, but Stargirl which I really enjoyed.
It was great. The fight scenes were amazing.
Fight scenes
Shout
was
out
great.
Joel, Community. That was his character's name.
Yeah,
Community.
he cooked. Yeah,
but him as Starman and fake Starman. Spoiler if you haven't seen the end of Stargirl.
Yeah, like
he was fake Starman.
Shorty from Bella and the Bulldog. She really took herself. I know I just disrespected her, but she took herself out of that immediately. I would even give her a shot in the MCU. I think she could do it. I don't know who she'd play, but I think she could do it.
The only two bad parts of Stargirl was Wildcat, because that costume that they gave that girl was treacherous. Yeah. And then Artemis introduction, because she looked terrible. Yeah. It was like a mismatched costume with
everything not gonna be a
blanket
banger.
As a cape. Yeah, and she was supposed to be Sportsmaster's daughter, which is who Artemis is, but it just
didn't work. Yeah, that's fair. But even the villains, like some of the villains I felt were honestly
Icicle.
Some of the villains was a little too rough.
Yeah,
for what was going on.
Icicle was a problem.
Yeah, I was just like
Icicle Senior.
I was like he
killed that
he's
man.
Worse than Slade. He's trying to kill kids.
Not trying.
He's murdering children on television. That was my only, I guess, gripe. Yeah. I felt like the villains was like too harsh. Yeah. Because like the kids would be like, "I'm gonna stop you from my school," and they'd be like, "Go to sleep, never wake up again." And then they're like, "Wait, they got a math test tomorrow. Chill out."
Not no more.
That was my only, I guess, issue. It made it cool, but it was also like, damn, like, give them a breather. Like, this ain't Teen Titans for real. Like, they kids. Don't.
Icicle Senior was an issue. Yeah. And then once Junior kind of like got into gear with his abilities, he was working nuts.
What's dude name? Not Grodd. What's dude name?
Grundy?
Grundy, yeah, Solomon Grundy. I thought they did him decent. Yeah. He did look a little cartoony, but I mean, it fit the vibe though. It fit the vibe.
I feel like they should stop doing Solomon Grundy as we know him and do it more like his gangster alter ego.
I don't know much about that.
Sirius Gold or whatever his name is.
Okay.
Because that's not even who Grundy was to begin with. Like not even Grundy knows who he was
before
to start. But he died, was resurrected once, and that's where he became the gangster, I think Sirius Gold or something like that, like I said. And then he died again and resurrected as Solomon Grundy.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that. That's fire. Okay.
And so just the idea of like, I would rather they start doing the gangster take and have him be a revived gangster and like dealing with that, and then maybe like as the series progresses, he starts losing his mind, or like he starts losing his IQ and becoming more like solid, and then he dies, and then he resurrects as
Solomon Grundy. That'd be hard.
Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, died on the Tuesday.
Boom.
Yeah, buried on a Wednesday, born on a Thursday.
Bars. As far as I do agree with the superhero fatigue, that might hold whatever idea somebody would have, but I still think it'll work. Because again, motherfuckers like to complain a lot, but they still be pulling up the Marvel movies. They still be pulling up the DC movies. Yeah. So it's like, shut the fuck up. You know, 100%. You're still gonna go.
We've had our discussions and arguments with and debates with people about Marvel, the MCU as they now dub it, all that dumb stuff. Tokenization of characters, even though some of your favorite characters started as what you would deem as tokens and all that stuff. So I definitely know that comic book movies are still going to be watched, because even though the shift in fans is becoming more away from the nerdy crowd into because it's popular now.
Yeah, it's more everybody.
Into like the nasty, like would have been like all the people who like Marvel now would have hated Marvel when
they bully people for watching it, or for reading it.
Yeah, they're the nasty people, and I think they want to be. It's weird because I think
it's cool to be a nerd now.
Yeah, the MCU and everything like that has romanticized the idea of a nerd, like being misunderstood and liking things before like they're seen as popular and all that stuff.
But people like to forget where they came from. Most of y'all weren't like that.
Yeah, so it's like, so the idea of who the MCU is currently, who people want the MCU to be catered to aren't the people who, like, if the MCU was done the way you want it to be done, what you think is comic book accurate, the true MCU fans wouldn't like it.
And also, too,
like, not because it's not good writing, because the comics, but
it's good, yeah.
If you were to just cast people because they look like the character
and not care about the acting,
kind of well, like we've had Superman movies where the dude looked like Superman. Superman Returns. We've had all those after Christopher Reeves. All that stuff. We had the in-between Superman movies where it was like, you know, Superman had a son with Lois Lane that he didn't know was his kid who had asthma, and then like it was I don't know if you remember where the scene where like he saved the kid saved Lois Lane by pushing his mom by pushing the piano into the bad guy. He was having an asthma attack, and he was able to they didn't show him doing it, but he was the only person in the room with them. He was huffing and puffing and wheezing, and all of a sudden, as the dude was yoking up or about to yoke up Lois Lane, a piano darts across the room and slams him into the wall, and you just see the kid there still wheezing, and she's like, "Oh shit!" The whole time you thinking this is her son with this other dude, but it's really Superman's kid. Which, if that timeline adds up, then she's grimy work, and Clark is gross. But
these hoes be moving crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
But
even Lois Lane.
But even past that, those movies didn't do amazing. Like it's the idea of who you think you're catering to with these stories aren't really who you're catering to, because Man of Steel isn't a good Superman representation.
It's not.
It's a good action movie.
Yeah.
It's a good superhero movie, but that's not Superman.
That's not Superman, no. We said that back in the day in high school. We said that.
Yeah, that's not Superman.
Like, it was cool, but that's not Superman.
It's a darker take on Superman.
But that's
the end thing. If Superman was willing to do what he did in Man of Steel, we wouldn't want that Superman on Earth.
No.
Like, I understand.
We talked about that in a previous video. I don't know how these are going to come out, but we talked about, like, you don't want a Superman that's
willing to kill, even for the greater good.
Yeah, that defeats the purpose. Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah,
because can't nobody stop that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like you could say like, oh well, he killed one of the last remaining people of his kind. It was like, yeah, and he was willing to do that to save people.
So imagine
that means he's probably willing to kill people to save people.
And where's the line? Where's the line where I should kill this person?
Especially because Batman in that universe is also killing people.
And well, again, the DCU
has changed now.
Is garbage.
Was
garbage.
I'm saying if Superman's willing to kill people,
where's
Wonder Woman is willing to kill people.
Batman is killing people.
Aquaman is willing to kill people. Batman is willing to kill people.
Aquaman cooked people.
Flash was killing people in the Flash movie. He was killing Kryptonians.
Yep.
So if your main
where's the morality?
If your main leaguers, like the main leaguers of the Justice League, are willing to kill people, then.
And without any like feelings of type
then
of way.
Those are not the protectors of Earth, the Earth people.
Because they could very much really. This would have been fire if they would have led to this. If it turned out that this was the alternate.
Yeah, they were the bad ones.
Yeah, the bad ones.
Like not the bad ones, but like in the
alternate universe.
In the Justice League animated joint when it showed like the silver Batman.
And
it was like we
run Earth with an iron fist type shit,
and
that would have been kind of hard to see.
Yeah, and then seeing people like I guess getting arrested for littering, and like they see Batman and they're like, oh please, and they like get taken away, and Batman just looks at his alter ego, the other one from that current user, and be like, yeah, our parents would be real proud, huh? And then the other Batman's quiet and they drive away because he's like, no, they wouldn't be,
brother.
But that was all because
you're
Luther,
lost.
Luther killed Flash, and that started a slope of Superman, like, killing Lex, and then they were like, well, if we're murdering people, we might as well just clean all this shit up.
Yeah, that was even the other one where Joker blew somebody up.
Oh, he blew up Lois Lane, but that's Injustice. That's
no. It was the alternate universe where the Justice League was evil. It was Owlman and all of them.
Oh, that's different.
Okay, that's what I was talking about.
They were bad guys from jump. Like they ruled the world with the iron fist, but not even like towards any. Like Ultraman is just a piece of garbage. Like that's different. I'm talking about in the Justice League Unlimited when they had.
Oh yeah, okay, I know. Yeah.
Flash and the alternate,
and that's why they started killing people.
And not Hush and what's his name? detective dude with no face. Question. Shout out Ace Vane. That was when
we're bringing those back.
Yeah, that was when Question asked Superman if he was willing to kill President Lex because that's what you did in the alternate universe and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. But no, Ultraman, Superwoman, Quick, whatever his name is. Yeah,
Super Quick Man.
Yeah, those aren't heroes in
He's
any.
just Coke.
They're not
his
even
name Coke.
Yeah, they're not even like alternates of. They're alternate hero mantles, but they're not even alternates of like those like Diana and all them. The only person who really shares anything
was Batman, kind of
Batman
or Owlman,
because he was the oldest son of the Wayne family that they usually in most iterations give up for adoption and becomes Hush or some other alternate villain. Thomas Wayne. And then he becomes Owlman.
Damn.
Yeah. And he plans the murder of his parents along with Alfred. Well, he plans his parents' murder with the help of Alfred.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I think it'll work even with the fatigue because I think people just like to talk.
Yes.
And if it's done well, people will be like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I ever seen. So.
Well, then who do you think would be a good fit for a coming of age superhero story?
I think Static will work, but I think white people not going to gravitate towards it. So it might be tough.
I feel like it would be I don't think they wouldn't. I just think
not all white people. I'm just saying
it would be a smaller demographic.
Yeah, it'd be a tough sell for a wide range of people.
But I feel like that might not be true because people came in droves to Spider-Verse. That showed Miles Morales.
That is true.
People came in droves. But is that to because Black Panther, it was? But we came in droves to Black Panther.
But is the Black Panther? Yeah, but is Spider-Verse because it was the multiverse? Like if it was just a movie about Miles and nothing else. Like no other universes, do you think it would have been the same?
Is it made by the same people?
Yes.
Same art style?
Yeah, same way. It's just not about...
They make their own story?
Yeah, it wouldn't be like Gwen and all that stuff. Maybe Gwen is in it, but it's not the same thing. It's no multiverse shit. It's just Miles. He like Peter dies. Yeah. He gets powers, and he's just trying to figure out how to be Spider-Man.
I think it still would work. It might not draw as many people as it did, but I still think it still becomes like a big and one of the best Spider-Man movies because that studio.
Well, you just gotta throw sunflower on it still. You'll be fine.
Even with that whole thing, the Spider-Verse concept was amazing and everything, but it was really the story driving it behind the Spider-Verse was like the Spider-Verse in the first one, it was cool but in all they introduced like 3 or 4 Spider-Men. And
that's true.
They showed up like midway through the movie.
It was mostly about him. It was mostly him up to it.
And Peter's dynamic. Yeah. Maybe if that isn't cut short, or there's like
maybe that's extended. That's all you really had to do is take out the multiverse stuff
and just extend the current Peter stuff before he dies.
Yeah,
and I feel like you'd be in a good.
Actually,
spot.
I think that would hit. Yeah, that would actually hit. Yeah. Okay, but I think even with the fatigue, I think it'll work. Static. You right.
Static would be really good.
It's just Static. Miles is a little different than Static, though. Static is very...
I don't think Static would work for a Smallville-esque show only because his story, at least as far as we know, obviously they can add on to it, it's pretty cut and dry in terms of like his origin.
Well, I think the biggest thing for the Static show would be these other stories.
Yeah, but...
his story is important, but it would be the... other Bang Babies and Ebon and all that stuff. I think that would be the biggest part.
But what I was just getting at, like the Smallville-esque story was just the idea because we had not seen what a Superman origin looked like.
Oh, you mean just straight up coming of age, no like chaser.
From boom to back. Because like the idea of
that's a little tougher for me then.
Yeah, because I would be in the same boat as you if I'm just thinking about like it being a live action superhero show, but that's like the Arrowverse and all that.
Yeah,
that's
you mean
Smallville
just...
being a hero that we may or may not know very well, being able to show their inception, their growth, and then finally ending at the plateau. Like Gotham tried to do that with Batman,
Gotham tried to
but they didn't do it well because they focused on Jim Gordon.
Yeah, it was a Jim Gordon show,
Which they had Batman like towards the end, and that was some of the greatest shit to see, like kind of like Bruce growing. But at the end of the day, Jim Gordon was the main character of Gotham, which is why it was called Gotham.
Yep.
And even it was trying to kind of like match up with Smallville in that way. Smallville being in
Yeah,
Smallville,
yeah.
Gotham being in Gotham. But they didn't do the Smallville equation correctly because they followed Jim Gordon, a titular secondary character,
right,
instead of following the main character of the universe being Batman and showing
and that's
his
what threw it
coming of
off.
age.
So maybe Wonder Woman then?
Wonder Woman
and Themyscira?
Wonder Woman would be good. We don't get a lot of like women.
And you would see, oh, well, never mind. Sorry. We can't do that. You know why?
Because they don't like women?
Yeah. Because women need to be in the kitchen and not fighting crime.
You know what she could do with that lasso? Tie me up a sandwich.
You niggas are disgusting, bro. Yeah. I'll really spit on some of you niggas because y'all really believe that.
Well, they won't.
And
say,
that shit is
they
weird,
won't
bro.
Say their opinions outside of the internet because they realize out loud. Like I feel like the people who have those opinions.
Rick can find your IP, gang.
don't. That's illegal. Don't put that.
You know he can't.
But,
I'm sorry.
I think those same people who feel that way about like women in comics, like not women in comics. Well, they probably feel that way.
But
about
TV
and
but movies.
Women being pushed on TV before their main characters.
I feel Wonder Woman's a main character.
Yeah, I know. I feel like if they say their opinions out loud in a room, they know
they sound
nasty.
dumb. Yeah, they sound stupid.
If they say it on the internet, surrounded by people
who may agree,
and really agree, or who just may like to just be on the troll
Some people
train.
do like to stir the pot and just say shit.
And just say stuff. But I feel like if they were to just be in a room where they're not sure if people think like them,
they're not gonna say that.
They'll never say those opinions. They'll never be bold enough to say those opinions because everybody be like, "That's a dumb take."
Yeah,
because it's like people trying to like. It's like the integrity. They're like, "Oh, the integrity of the character," which in this case that doesn't match. This is like for the people who care about like the gender swap and shit. Mm-hmm. It's like comics literally is built off of the backs of the multiverse. Like if every run was from the same universe, all this shit wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. It'd be boring too.
Yeah, it's like stuff has to grow, stuff has to like change with the times. Otherwise, it'll be old fogey shit. Mm-hmm. Like it'll just be some old fogey like if comics never changed, we would still be reading about superheroes in World War II.
Mm-hmm. And that just doesn't match.
I ain't gonna hold you. I can only see so many Nazis getting punched. Not because I don't want to see them get punched, but it's the same.
The story gonna get old. Yeah, it's gonna get old after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess for the non-nasty individuals out there, a Wonder Woman show will work. Because first of all, a bunch of Amazonian, I'm gonna be sexist here. A bunch of Amazonian women and
progressively sexist.
Yeah, progressively sexist. There you go. A bunch of Amazonian women fighting and running and sweating. It just sounds amazing. So we're up right there. Second, as long as the story is good, I think we'd be fine. Like some of the stuff from the Wonder Woman movies, like with her as a kid, like some of that stuff was cool to see. So just imagine those taken out and extended, like the tournaments and her trying to like just find her way. Like it was small bits because it was a bigger movie. Mm-hmm. But if you take those and just extend it and expound upon them, I think that could be fire as a show. Teenager, college, well not college, but like young adult Wonder Woman trying to figure stuff out. Do I want to go to the rest of the world or do I want to stay home? I gotta win this tournament so I can become queen. Like whatever the issues are. In the women of Themyscira had a lot of issues. Like people was coming trying to steal shit from them. Like it's so much stuff you get into from the comics that you could flip. I think it would be cool to see. As far as a coming of age story, it would be a little different because it would come off a little old schooly. It would be because it'd be just like some Greek mythology type shit probably. Mm-hmm. But I think they could make it work. I
would have said that's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I would have said Blue Beetle if that movie didn't come out.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't see the movie. We got to see it. I don't know where it's at. Yeah. It's probably on HBO Max, right?
100%.
Yeah, we'll watch it.
But Blue Beetle, I would have said would have been a great coming of age character story. Because
definitely.
One, he's young. Two, he's dealing with a power that wasn't meant for him. Mm-hmm. It was meant for the original Blue Beetle who died. And it was an alien from another planet that does like a symbiotic host technology shit, right?
Yeah.
So one, especially because it even depends on the different iterations. So one, he hears the Beetle and we hear the Beetle in English. It's like it's more of a robotic voice, but he can communicate with the Beetle telepathically. Everybody else hears like chirping,
right?
But we hear it from his perspective,
right?
They've been doing more recently is that we hear the chirping and only Blue Beetle. Usually what Jaime,
yeah.
And only he can hear the words, and then we can only know what the Beetle is saying based on his talking to the Beetle out loud.
Like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Then, I think that's cool. I like that.
So whichever way they do it, because then they could have an actor be the Beetle, but it would basically be like kind of like him not only trying to deal with this now permanent attachment onto his body. It takes control of him sometimes.
Yes, it does.
It does whatever it wants sometimes. It can't be controlled sometimes. And if it leaves him, then he's 100% powerless.
Right.
So it's like, I feel like you have a lot of different avenues for different storylines on that. It's definitely a coming of age story because he's young himself.
Yeah.
And it can like end at him kind of like being a hero of his own and coming into him like being a part of this next generation of heroes. And he could even get like the like reach out of the Justice League.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was gonna say. Join the Justice League. Yeah,
like
you could do a young blood. Don't let Batman pull it. Let like Green Arrow tell him. Or
I would do like a Green Lantern or a Flash. Someone who's
Plastic
happy.
Man.
Yeah, well, Plastic Man's a demon.
Oh well, yeah. He like, hey, is there any bitches here?
Yeah,
like what Plastic? The worst shit I ever seen Plastic Man do is when that nigga was the chair, and Wonder Woman or somebody was sitting in the chair, or Harley Quinn or somebody. Yeah. And they got up. They was arguing with somebody. They got up, and the conversation kept going. And then somebody mentioned Plastic Man, and he turned into himself from the chair. And he said, "Hey, what do you guys mean?" And Harley or whoever was like, "What the fuck? You were the chair the whole time?"
Yeah, no, he's great.
Like I was like, "Plastic, brother."
Yeah, another one.
You should be in jail. That's crazy.
100%. Another nasty one is when he was a dress. And Wonder Woman put him on for a like undercover mission that they were doing, and she was like, "Oh, she like talked to it was either Bruce or someone," and she was like, "It was like, how'd you get a dress for me in short notice?" And he was like, "I didn't get you." And he was like, "Who got this?" And it was a red dress, and then she looked at the side, and it was like the gold lines with the stars, and then she started like pulling at the dress, and the Plastic Man was like, "Oh my God, please stop!" And they had to stop her from killing Plastic Man at the joint. And I was like,
Plastic Man.
Yeah, no, he's a problem.
If James Gunn gets to the point where we see Plastic Man, he gotta tone him down, bro.
A little bit.
Because that shit is not gonna work.
Not 100% won't.
Turn into a chair and a dress. I didn't even know about the dress.
The dress is diabolical.
I don't even know what's worse. Cause the dress, like you on her. The
dress is worse, 100%.
Plax, why is he in the Justice League?
Because he was a villain who turned his life around and decided to do good because he asked Batman for a second chance. And all in all, on paper, if he ever like decided to like get serious, Batman isn't even sure how he's gonna stop Plastic Man.
So he conceded and let that nigga join the Justice League?
Better than the alternative.
It's better to have that nigga here
Plastic
and
Man,
you can watch him.
Yeah, Plastic Man as a whole, his like we view his powers as like plastic and being able to mold himself, but really think about how he's able to do that.
Yeah, he could be anything.
He could be anything and not just appear as it. Actually, he can literally manipulate his molecules. So he could imitate kryptonite and have the properties of kryptonite. He can imitate the properties of radiation. Of like,
oh, that nigga's Omega level.
Yeah, no, he's a like.
Yeah, you gotta have that nigga with you.
Yeah, Batman's contingency plan for Plastic Man is hope he never turns evil. Because even him being frozen only does so much. Like,
because what if he melt?
Yeah, like he's not gonna die.
Yeah,
you could break him.
You
while
just
he's
preserving
frozen.
him. Yeah, you just preserving him.
You just have to hope that he stays frozen forever.
And somebody got to monitor that.
Yeah, you can't freeze him and then throw him in a volcano. Like it's gonna come out eventually.
Yeah,
it's gonna hurt. Don't get me wrong, but
right, because he could just turn back into.
He could just turn into lava and be the consistency of lava, and then form himself back together
and just kind of scoot upwards. Oh my God, that nigga's crazy. Oh well, maybe keep him in the Justice League. I don't want him in the Legion of Doom, I guess.
No, you do not want that.
I would like to see a proper Legion of Doom. Because I feel like the only time I've seen a proper Legion of Doom is back in the day in the cartoon, like way back in the day. That was those swampy Legion of Doom cartoons. I feel like that was the best version of them.
Now I feel like the new version of Legion of Doom, which is the light, in the Young Justice, the light.
Oh, see, I don't think I've seen that.
How many seasons of Young Justice have you seen?
I don't know.
Because the light
I
was
think I'm caught up,
Vandal
though.
Savage, Lex Luthor. Remember they were like,
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I
feel
got
like
you.
that's a great.
I got you.
That's a great modern Legion of Doom. It's all those people would be influential. They'd be rich because they have no morals.
Yeah,
and they would have the resources and the gung ho to create and or like do what the United States do to third world countries, disseminate and destroy their government and then take control of it by force. All the whole time showing their persona as like, good philanthropists.
That's how Lex became president.
Yeah. And boom. I feel like the light is the best representation of a modern Legion of Doom. That in live action would be interesting to see though. 100%.
We talk about a lot of stuff in this video.
Yes, 100%.
But let us know what you guys think about like the shows we were talking about.
Let us know what you guys think about any superheroes you think could deserve an origin show like Smallville. Let us know in the comments down below. Let us know why.
As far as the Wonder Woman stuff, if you hate women, please just stop. I just don't feel like reading that shit. We like the comments, but like, just hold it about the Wonder Woman shit. Like, we get it. Oh, we don't need to see more women. Shut the fuck up. They're fictional characters. Go ahead.
100%. And let us know any other topics you want us to talk about. We haven't sat down in a minute. So comment down below any topics you want us to hear us talk about, whether about comics, anime, or anything outside of that. We'd love to talk about that. And
tell Liz Gillies that we would like to have her on the pod.
That was a whole different video. At the end of the day, we love you guys.
Peace out.
Don't forget to subscribe.
R&P moves, R&P groove, ayy. Yeah, I've been in the R&P mood, ayy. Oh yeah, ayy. Oh yeah, ayy. R&P moves, R&P news, ayy. Yeah, now we make